Alright, man, I get it. I know exactly where your head is at right now. You're sitting there, trapped in silence, watching the days drag on, one after another. No texts, no calls. You've made the decision to go no contact, trying to stay strong, trying to keep your emotions in check. But deep down, there's this nagging voice in your head wondering, what is she thinking right now? You can't help it, man. Even though you're keeping your distance, a part of you is hoping she's missing you. You're hoping that this space you've created will make her realize the value of what she had, that she'll see how much she lost when she walked away. But if you're being honest with yourself, there's a part of you that isn't so sure anymore. That silence feels deafening. The more time passes, the more you start to question whether this whole no contact thing is actually doing anything at all. Is she really feeling the absence, or is she moving on just fine without you? I get it, bro. Trust me, I've been right there too. That constant tug of war inside your mind, where every passing minute feels like a decision, whether to hold your ground or give in, whether to send that message or stay strong. It's brutal. It's exhausting. But let me be real with you for a second. No contact isn't just about her, it's about you. And the moment you start obsessing over what she's doing, what she's thinking, and whether she misses you, instead of focusing on what you are becoming during this time, you're already losing the game. You're giving away your power. And that's exactly what she wants. But here's the thing. You can flip the script. You can take control of this situation, not just in theory, but in real, tangible actions. You see, this is not about sitting around, hoping that she'll come crawling back. This is about you becoming the best version of yourself, whether she's in your life or not. That's the true power move. So today, I'm breaking it all down. I'm about to walk you through what's actually happening in your ex's head during no contact, and more importantly, what you should be doing in response. I'm not talking about theory or some abstract advice that sounds good but doesn't help in real life. I'm talking about real, actionable steps you can take that will set you up to come out of this stronger, more grounded, and more in control of your own life. I'm speaking from experience, man. I've been there, I felt everything you're feeling right now, and I came out the other side with more clarity, confidence, and strength. So let's dive in. Point 1, she feels in control at first. Look, bro, I know this pain is gnawing at you right now. The silence, the constant overthinking, the endless loop of wondering, what is she feeling? I get it. But here's something most guys don't fully understand. When she walked away, she was the one in control. She made the decision. She ended things. And deep down in her mind, she's thinking, if I ever want him back, I can just snap my fingers. That's the fantasy she's holding on to. She's in charge of the situation. You know why? Because in the past, maybe you were the one who chased her. Maybe you begged. Maybe you were the one putting in all the effort, trying to keep the relationship alive. And you know what? She remembers that. She remembers how you reacted when things were tough. And honestly, that's exactly what she's counting on right now. But here's where you turn the tables. When you choose to stay silent, when you stop reaching out, when you refuse to chase her, and most importantly, when you stop doing exactly what she expects you to do, that's when the illusion of control starts to shatter. You see, by holding your ground, you're not just being quiet, you're being unpredictable. You're doing something she never anticipated, and nothing messes with a woman's ego more than realizing that she's not in control anymore. The moment she starts to see that you're not playing by her rules, that you're no longer chasing or waiting around for her, that's when things start to shift. And trust me, bro, this shift can be a game changer. You're no longer just reacting to her decisions. You're taking control of your own life. Quick break. Close your eyes for a second. Picture her, the girl you've always wanted. Feel what it would be like to actually have her. Now open your eyes, because here's the truth. Right now, you're invisible to her. You're getting outcompeted by guys with more money, better looks, higher status, and stronger game. You're playing a rigged game, and you're losing. But I've spent the last 35 years mastering this, studying, testing, and finally finding the secrets to get the girls I always wanted. You want to stop getting ignored? You want her chasing you? Then you need to wake up and act. Click the link in the comments if you are truly committed and take the first step toward becoming that guy. Few spots left. Be fast or miss out your last chance to make her yours. Let's get back to it. Point 2. The safety net starts to tear. Now, listen up, bro, because here's something most people don't talk about. You might think that the moment she walked away, she felt the full impact of the breakup, but that's not always the case, especially if she was the one who ended it. Here's why. In her mind, you're still there. You're still emotionally available. You're still just a text or a phone call away. You're still her backup, her safety net. She doesn't feel the real weight of losing you just yet because she still believes that if she ever wants you back, all she has to do is reach out and you'll be there waiting for her. So, while she might seem calm, indifferent, or almost unaffected by the breakup, it's not because she doesn't care about you. It's simply because she doesn't believe she's truly lost you. To her, you're still an option, someone she can always count on to come running when she's ready. But here's where everything starts to shift. Every single day that you don't reach out, every time you resist the urge to text or call, every moment you hold firm and don't fall back into your old patterns, that safety net she's been relying on starts to slowly unravel. It doesn't happen overnight, but the longer you hold out, the more fragile that safety net becomes. And when it rips just enough, that's when panic starts to set in. That's when she begins to question everything. Did I push him too far? Is he really done this time? What if someone else is stepping into my place? That's when she starts to feel it. Not because you begged or pleaded for her to come back. No, it's because you did the one thing she never expected. You let go. You stopped waiting. You stopped playing the game. And that, my friend, is what hits her hardest. The moment she realizes that you're not just sitting around hoping she'll come back, that you're not waiting for her to make the first move, that's when everything changes. That's when she starts to feel what you've been feeling all along. The fear of loss, the realization that maybe, just maybe, she let something great slip away. And once that realization sinks in, it shifts the power dynamic in ways you can't even imagine. Now, she's the one who has to deal with the consequences. Point 3. If you break first, you prove her right. Man, I need you to truly absorb this because this is the exact point where so many guys slip up and lose everything they've been working for. When you break no contact, when you cave and reach out just to ease your own pain or to satisfy that desperate need for closure or reassurance, you're making a critical mistake. By doing that, you're not just breaking the silence, you're proving her right. You're confirming everything she thought when she walked away. In her mind, the moment you break and reach out, she's thinking, see, I knew it. He can't live without me. He'll chase me. He'll fold under the pressure. And I get it, bro. I know that feeling all too well. That overwhelming urge to send that one text, to hear her voice again, to make things right, even if just for a moment. It feels like it might offer you some kind of relief, a temporary fix to your pain. But trust me, that relief is fleeting. And it's not going to help you in the long run. It's not going to change anything. All it does is reset the power dynamic. You've been holding your ground, keeping your distance, and establishing yourself as someone who isn't going to just roll over. But the second you cave, the second you reach out, the power swings right back in her favor. Now, she's no longer wondering if you've moved on, if you've grown, or if you're finally stepping into a better version of yourself. No, now she knows for sure. You haven't moved on. You're still stuck on her. You're still emotionally attached, still waiting for her to come back. So ask yourself, bro, is that one text really worth it? Is it worth losing your pride, your emotional growth, the strength you've been building through this silence? Because once you give in, it's not her who's going to feel the pressure anymore. It's you. You'll be the one who's emotionally vulnerable again. You'll be the one who's back in the position of hoping, wishing, and waiting. You'll be the one back in emotional debt. And believe me, that's a debt you don't want to fall into again. The hardest part is staying strong, resisting that temptation to reach out, but doing so will put you in a much stronger position in the long run. Point 4, her ego will flare up before her heart does. Alright bro, let's break this down because I know you've probably been there. You're sitting there trying to keep your distance and then out of nowhere you get one of those innocent texts. You know the ones I'm talking about, the "Hey, hope you're good," or "I just saw something that reminded me of you." Sounds harmless, right? But let me tell you, that's not her heart talking. That's her ego flaring up. She's not reaching out because she suddenly regrets her decision or is overwhelmed by some deep emotional longing. No, man. What she's doing is checking if you're still emotionally available. She wants to know, can I still pull him in if I need to? She's not trying to reconnect or fix things, she's just testing the waters. She's hoping that the silence and the distance haven't eroded her hold on you. Here's what's really happening beneath the surface. Your silence is getting to her. Every day you don't reach out, every time you stay strong and hold your ground, she starts to feel the weight of what she might actually be losing. She starts wondering, what if he's really moving on? What if he's actually better off without me? And instead of confronting those feelings head on, instead of being vulnerable and honest about how she feels, she sends out a little feeler, a tiny test, just to see if you're still there. And if you respond instantly, boom, her ego is fed. She gets the reassurance she was looking for. She feels that instant relief. Her panic fades. She knows she can still pull you back in whenever she wants. And you know what that means? You're right back in her control. You've given her that power again. But here's the thing, bro. That's not love. That's reassurance. And it doesn't move the relationship forward. It just resets the power dynamic back to where it was, with her in control. So unless she's coming at you with real intent, real vulnerability, and an actual willingness to fix what broke, don't fall for it. Don't respond, because you're not here to be her emotional backup plan. You're not here to be the safety net she can rely on when things don't go right for her. Let her feel the silence. Let her feel the consequences of her actions. Don't break the silence just because she sends a text. The silence is your power. Let it work for you. Let her sit with the consequences of her choices for once. You've done the hard work of staying strong, and now it's time to hold the line. Let her see that you're not just a convenience when she needs it. You're someone who's growing, evolving, and moving on, whether she's part of that journey or not. Point 5. The real shift happens when she sees you don't need her. Bro, let me tell you, this is when everything truly starts to change. It's not when she misses you. It's when she sees that you're not sitting around waiting for her, not pretending to be fine, not posting things just to make her jealous. I'm talking about actually living your life, taking charge and making moves like a man with purpose. See, here's where most guys go wrong. They go silent, they cut contact, but they don't do anything with that silence. They just sit there, frozen in time, hoping she notices that they're waiting. They want her to see that they're still here, still hoping, still holding on to the past. But the real game changer is when you use that silence to level up, to improve, to become the kind of man you were always meant to be. Start hitting the gym, chasing your goals, taking care of yourself mentally and physically. Start moving forward with or without her. When you do that, when you start evolving, the energy you give off becomes undeniable. Women can sense that shift, man. It's subtle, but it's real. It's like a magnetic force, pulling them in without you even having to try. You're no longer the guy who is desperately clinging to the past. You've evolved into someone stronger, someone who's living his life on his own terms. Now, she's not looking at the guy she left behind. She's looking at a version of you she never saw coming. A version that doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't rely on her for validation or happiness. And that messes with her head, because now she's not wondering if you still need her. She's wondering if she can even get you back. She's wondering if she made a mistake. And here's the kicker. This is when she starts feeling it. Not because you tried to get her back, but because you became someone better than the guy she thought she could replace. This is the moment when the power shifts entirely. You've gone from someone who was dependent on her to someone who's becoming something greater, whether she's part of that or not. And that, bro, that's when she starts realizing she might have let go of the best version of you. Point 6. Your growth will either bring her back or make you realize you don't want her anymore. Now, bro, here's the part nobody really talks about. The unexpected twist in this entire no-contact journey. You start off thinking you're doing it for her, to get her back, to make her miss you, to show her what she's lost. But somewhere along the way, something changes within you. It's subtle at first, but eventually you begin to feel different, stronger, clearer, more at peace with yourself. At first you were probably checking your phone every 5 minutes, hoping for a message or clinging to the idea of her coming back. You were stuck in the past, replaying old conversations and imagining scenarios where things could go back to how they once were. But as time goes on, you start to realize that you're not doing that anymore. You're not waiting. You're not hoping. You're not chasing after something that may not even come. What's happening instead is that you're actually starting to become you again, or maybe for the first time ever, you're finally becoming the man you were always meant to be. And then it hits you. Maybe she wasn't the one. Maybe, deep down, you were holding on to someone who wouldn't even recognize or appreciate the version of you that you're becoming right now. And that realization, that's a game changer, because you start to understand that, in the end, you might not even want her back. Not because you're bitter or angry, but because she simply doesn't align with the person you're evolving into. And bro, here's the real win. The moment you reach that realization, that moment when you can say, I'm good either way, that's true freedom, that's true power, because now, if she comes back, fine, but it won't change who you've become. You won't be waiting around for her anymore. And if she doesn't come back, that's perfectly fine too. You're still standing taller, stronger, and unshaken. The journey you've been on, the one that felt like it was all about winning her back, was never really about that. It was about getting yourself back. It was about rediscovering your strength, your purpose, and your ability to stand on your own 2 feet regardless of what happens. And that, my friend, is the real victory. Because once you realize that you don't need her to be happy, that's when you've truly won. So lastly, bro, if you're sitting there wondering what she's thinking, stop. It's time to let go of that. Don't waste another minute trying to figure out what's going on in her mind or hoping she's missing you. The truth is that thinking will only keep you stuck in the past. Instead, shift your focus onto who you're becoming. Redirect that energy back to yourself. It's not about waiting around for her to come around or stressing over her next move. It's about becoming the best version of you, regardless of what she's doing. Because bro, here's the real kicker. When she sees the man you've become, when she realizes you've truly changed, it's not just going to be about her missing you. It'll be more than that. She'll start to question everything. She'll wonder if she ever really knew you at all. She'll look at you and realize that the person she walked away from is long gone. You've evolved into something, someone she didn't see coming. And when that happens, it's a whole new ball game. You've moved on, not just from her, but from the version of yourself that was stuck in the past. And that shift in you will make her rethink everything. She might even start to regret not being part of that growth. So stop wondering about her, keep growing, keep evolving, and when she sees you've transformed into someone who doesn't need her to complete you, that's when she'll feel the weight of her decision. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If this message spoke to you or gave you something to think about, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new drop. I've got more real talk, more growth, and more power coming your way. So stay locked in. And if you're going through something right now, just remember, your silence can say more than 1,000 words ever could. Take care of yourself, keep rising, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.